Good evening. Hi, Francie. Hi, Melissa. Oh, Francie, be safe. There were some bad storms here in Iowa last night, down south of us. So be safe. So, hi, Shirley. Francie, you're so funny. I'm doing okay. It's been a rough week so far, but I'm doing okay. So, one day at a time, you guys make me laugh. You make me happy. So I'm glad to be here. I'm going to switch my camera over right away. You know, hi everybody. It got hot again today, but it's I had to put my ponytail up. I actually have a rubber band ponytail today, so that's not going to be fun when I take that out. So, hi Sarah, I got your message, so thank you. I kind of, tonight's going to be a fly by the seat of my pants kind of live, I mean, the kind we love, right? Let's see, we'll move this over just a little bit. Oops, sorry guys. There we go. Hi, Ellen. But I kind of have an idea. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do some stamping and a little coloring and all that good stuff. Hi, Penny, Billion, all that good stuff. We're just going to dive right in. So I live on the Mississippi River, but if you guys don't remember that, right? Hi, Kate. And we have this fun little time of year called fish fly season. And I've talked about this in other years. Fish flies look like giant mosquitoes. No, it did not start. I started at 7. Maybe it just took a minute to get caught up. Sometimes I think it maybe it Melissa it's the delay. So sometimes that's why I seem to start in mid conversation. Okay, well all I said was hello, be safe, things like that. I tried to just say like nothing that matters. So I'm sorry about that. It's been half a week so far. Yeah. Anyway, it's fish fly season here in Iowa, which is these giant bugs that are about this big and they're attracted to light. Ooh, Ellen, yeah, we had that last week. Um, and I will tell you, they don't hurt you, and they only come out to mate for 24 hours, and then they go away. Hi, Walter, but they're so gross, and they do stink. They stink like dead fish. And if you forget to turn your lights off, guess what happens? So I got to work this morning and had to get the broom and push them all off and off all the lights and off the sidewalk just because I forgot and I hate them. And I went downtown and it was just gross. So yeah, we have no lights on tonight. Everything's off. They're here for another 2 days and then they'll be gone. So I am glad you guys are all joining me tonight. We're just going to kind of play a little bit. We might work on 2 cards. Um, I am stamping over and over again only because I have a blip in my Misty and I have a dry ink pad. So yeah, Francie, like I said, they don't hurt you. They're just gross. Like they land on you and you're like, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, as soon as this live is over, I'm going to take a shower because I use um, the leaf blower to blow them all out of the sidewalk. And of course I got to one spot and they went whoof, up in the air and they went down and they're down my dress and it's just ugh, gross. I had to go and kind of wipe everything down. And it's kind of like when you hear that dreaded L word in school and you start, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I have my idea tonight is to start this way with the electronic icon stamp and die set. I haven't used that enough. Yeah, EU, exactly. Yeah. I stamped out a couple of them here. I'm just gonna do some fast coloring with them. Nothing super fancy. I think we might do red because it's kind of like a love type of thing. And maybe I'll do this fun purple. How's that sound? Okay. Um, the seat of the pants is the theme of the show. Yep, it'll be good. Yeah, I think sometimes that's the way. I mean, I have an idea, but I just like to go with it. And then I kind of had another idea, but I changed my mind. So, okay, now I will tell you, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I've had a few Olo markers start to get pretty juicy. And I haven't emailed the 2 ladies I know really well about this to ask them. So I'm just going to grab a piece of perfect blend paper here keep it off to the side because there's not really a way to open these and let them, like with a Copic. And I try to be very careful and just I run them off and just run a little bit of that ink off when I color with them. So I'm not going to do a ton with the dark. I'm going to go dark to light. I can see it's already juicy. And I know I had it one other one the other day, but my seems like my red is very much like this red. So I do want to tell you that has been, I'm not exactly sure why it's doing that. So, but I'm just using our 1.5 and our 0.5. I don't have a lot of red colors yet. It's one of my things on my list, but it hasn't been out yet. So I cannot believe that it is the end of July. I gotta put my cheaters on here. Or end of June. I'm sorry, guys. I know. I'm trying to say it's almost July. It's gone by so fast. I'm super excited for the end of the month. I'm super excited for next month. Yep, Melissa, some of my Copics do that more right now, more than others, is my reds, but I don't use my Copics as much anymore, mostly because they're dried out. I do know that we had a very big, I mean, I'm sure you guys all heard of the derecho a few years ago. That was in Iowa. It devastated central Iowa. That was a very, very, very big pressurized system. And I know for a fact that it did something to my Copics. Because none of my Copics were from after they started having problems. And I have lots that are like dried out. So 22 days, I know. We were just discussing that today. Hi, Christy. That because Tom's mom was asking me when I'm going to Pittsburgh, and I said right now the plan is, when I leave, and I said, but if I have to go home, I said I'll just have Tom take me to the airport, and then I will switch my flight and fly home to Minnesota if I have to. So that's what I told my sister I was doing today. I said they would just have to put anything on hold for me. So I want to color that one red. I'm going to color the other one purple, and then we'll see where we're going with this. So, all right. And I will tell you that a lot of people should, if you're just starting out and struggling, you should color light to dark. I find that that's a little easier if you saturate the paper. When you first learn, I'm kind of lazy this way, and I like to go dark to light just because I've been coloring with this, with alcohol markers long. Melissa, not good, unfortunately. I'll talk about it briefly, but he has vascular dementia, and we just discovered that this week. So he's not going to get better. Yes, Penny, mayflies. That's the other name for them because they usually come in May. So, I mean, which explains a lot, but his hemoglobin dropped yesterday, and we had to make a decision, and what were we going to do? And in most cases, everything isn't really going to help. We're just going to keep going. It's just going to prolong things. So right now, they talked to my dad a little bit today, explained a little bit, and just told him we were going to try to keep him comfortable and the best life that he can have for now. It's all right. It's okay. Let's go on. Yesterday wasn't a good day. Let's just say that. So, and I know my mom's gonna pop in here, so I thought we'll. She was looking forward to tonight. Sorry, I'm looking for my brown. Thank you, Karen. It's okay. He's 80. He's had a long life. He's been sick for a long time, so it's just one of those things. I'm just going to use this gray to kind of color in the tape part, per se. I'm not sure about the back, what I'm going to do with that yet, but I'm just coloring it in a little bit just to give it some color, and then we'll kind of decide. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is going to be okay. So, I am looking forward to kind of getting away for a few days. My sister knows that I'm planning on getting away, and that nothing's gonna stop it. And I'm gonna have fun and laugh with all you guys, and those in person and online. So I love this purple too. That was the V. Pretty sure it was this one. The V 2.6 and the V 2.4. Yes, Francie, we're gonna have fun. Which reminds me, let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, should have prepared this. So I know a lot of you know about Copics, and Sandy Alnuck is, if you go to her website, she has a few things. I don't remember. I know I had to pay for the one, but I can't remember if I pay if these were free. But she has a Olo to Copic conversion. So if you're wondering about, you can print this off. And then she has a hex chart that she designed that you can pay for, like the Olo chart or with like the Copic chart. And I did download it and color in my Copics, or my Olos, but I don't know where I put it. So I can't show it to you, I guess, right now. But I wanted to tell you that that is available now, and that is going to be a very good. Sorry, I guess I'll have to find it for next week. But so if you go to Sandy Allnuck, yep. But she has the hex chart available. I think it's like $5 to buy, and then you can download it and color in your Olos, and then they kind of put the ones next to each other, and I think it's very helpful. Thank you. Thank you for uploading that. So um, I was excited when I heard about it the other day, so I quick went and purchased it and then just printed it off on some perfect blend paper so that I could color in my Olos, and then I can see where I'm missing things, because you don't really need them all. I mean, we do need them all, right? But we don't. Hi, Mom. We were just talking about you. Oh, tacos. We went to a really good taco place when I was there last time. I don't remember what it was called, but it was really good. Um, it's funny because one of my daughter's classmates was in Pittsburgh this weekend. And if I had known he was going to be there, he was competing in the World National Weightlifting Championship. I would have told him and his mom and dad that they needed to go to Pamonti's. I think that's how I say it, right? So yeah, there's the conversion chart. And then if you go to, oh, that's okay, Mom. Farmers markets are fun. So, then I know that she has the one. It might have been, I don't remember. It was in the mall. It was really good. I know that. It's always a good time. Lots of good food, good people, laughter, craziness. I mean, I think I told you guys I ate my popsicle off the floor, right? That shocked a couple people there when they saw me do that. But I was like, yeah, it was 30 seconds, and I wasn't going to let that good old popsicle go to waste. I understand, Melissa. I too have quite a bit of Copics that I have invested in. However, mine have started to dry out, and they've dried out enough that to replace that, by the time I found out they were drying out the way they are, I had to replace the nib and buy the refill, and it's not. So I love my Copics still, and I use them, but I just tend to grab my Olos because they're here. My Copics are now hiding up above us here, but I do love them. And I use them periodically. So, all right, here is my thoughts, guys. I don't know where. Okay, I've got the heart to hand cutting die, which has two hands, a heart, and then the little fingernails. Okay, and I've already cut out the one hand. So I've got one hand. We're going to kind of create a little card, and we're going to stick our little, see, this is my thoughts. Going to kind of fun card like that. I think it's been fun for me to have the little bit of different sayings and things like that. Uh-oh, puppy decided he must have had to come inside. And now, of course, he's sad because Daddy went outside without him. He'll be fine. All right, I changed my mind. And what I want to do is I'm going to grab the stamp of the month. I haven't used this yet in a live, but I did create a card with it. Is it sitting here? I shared it with the design team, but I don't know if I have it handy. I think it's in my bag. It's in my bag, but it has these great. It says "Let's mix it up," and it says "You rock my world," and we're making hi Kelly. We are making a love card because My honey's the bestest. Not that he might get this. This probably go to the store, but whenever I make love cards, they're in, from a honey. So I'm going to put my cheaters on again. And we're going to stick this right on top of this because it will fit here. And we're going to put it on there and it says, "You rock my world." And I'm going to stamp that down now that we've colored it with Raven Detail ink. Yeah, he's now kind of whining. Like the little seal that he is, but he can't always make up his mind. I usually just tell him no and ignore him till I'm done. If he starts barking, I might have to go save him. There we go. Okay, I'm going to move that over a little bit and push this a little harder. Okay, Francie, you can have it. Well, you'll have to pry it off. You'll have to steal it probably off the wall. It will go to the store. All my cards kind of go to the store. Pretty much all my samples that you guys see me make, I usually send to the store because I have pictures and I can make more. So here, I've got that. I'm going to pull it up and see if you can see that without too much. So it says, "You rock my world." Yeah, he's a puppy. Exactly. So I've got this hand out of some Perfect Blend paper, and I'm just gonna, I don't really have the right cardstock color for Bruce Monroe that will work for me because I want it to be like, peachy color like my skin. So we're gonna grab, you'll sneak it into your purse. I won't tell anybody. So I just have some cookie dough and we're just gonna ink blend it up a little bit. And I grabbed Gur as well, just in case I decided I want to add some shading. And this is, a great way, if you're not a colored cardstock keeper in your, repertoire, keep some really good quality paper, like the Perfect Blend, the Alabaster, the Not Your Mama's. You can die cut your die cuts out of it, and then you can color them whatever color you want. And, oh, thank you. Cookie dough is one of my fast growing favorites from Simon Hurley. I actually even bought the solar paste for it. So just because I think it's a fun color. And I'm just going to do very light. I've got some red blotches on my skin, so I could grab, and I have a little sidewalk chalk here. Grab a little bit of that, maybe throw a little pinky color in on it. I have eczema, so that's what. So I tend to have little red or pink spatches on my skin. So I'll add just a little bit of pink, and then I'll go back in and we'll add just a little bit more. So there we go. You could also color it with cocoa markers, but there we go. And if you see, I love that it has the little indentation for your, between your knuckles there, or your fingers. So I'm not going to darken that. I mean, I could, I guess. I use, for those times things, I use these little eyebrow pencils. They're from Elf. And I just use a kind of tip when I really want to get in the groove more than I want, because this is a little too big. So we'll just add a little bit of that, which kind of gave it a little bit of a dark. And I think we're going to do a little bit right in here, and we'll get to add a little bit in the knuckle things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think if I was going to do both the hands, I would try ink blending them at the exact same time right next to each other so that you could try to get the color to blend so they look like they're matching hands. So we've got our hands, and it will dry back a little bit. And now this is where I kind of going, "Hi, Michelle, how are you? You're safe from the weather you had yesterday, I hope." This is where I think we're just going to go. It's going to be a little crazy, crazy, crazy. I have not used this stencil yet, and I believe it's called Flooring Burst. I am not proficient with the names yet of all of the stencils. Let me see here. Nope, that's the Impulse one. What's this one called? Yeah, Flourishing Burst. And we're going to do just a little ink blending, little rainbow ink blending just because we can. And that's the challenge this month is rainbow. I'm going to add a little pixie spray. You have until, is it Friday night? Friday night or Saturday. I'm not exactly sure to get your entries in for it. So good, Michelle. I saw some pictures that you had posted about on social media with some of the hail, but I'm glad you're safe. All right. We're going to add a little bit of tape just to kind of hold it in place too. Because if I'm too heavy handed with my pixie spray, it sticks really bad. And I'm not going to use embossing powder tonight. I just don't feel it. And I know I'm kind of at an angle with those flowers. I don't really care. It's fine. Yeah, there is only a few more days on the challenge. So we're going to go with that light color palette again. I have Breakup Blue, Sidewalk Chalk, and Over the Moon. So we're going to kind of do a little bit of a rainbow theme with this. So I'm just going to grab my blushes. Now, I like to use brushes when I use a stencil like this with all the little intricate pieces. I personally am not in threat of flooding. The Mississippi River was at 15.3 feet. They said the crest on this weekend would be 17.1, which is for the island flood stage, because they said the airport on the island is at 16 feet. But no, it's not going to be anywhere near. And we have a dike that's the whole length of Guttenberg, so we are safe that way. So we're not necessarily going to do this in a rainbow pattern. We're just going to do the colors and then kind of let them overlap and make a rainbow. So there are flooding around the area in different spots, but fortunately it hasn't rained this week, and it'll be interesting when the stuff from Minnesota comes down, as that's, I kind of said I wasn't going to blend this in a rainbow, didn't I? And I kind of started doing it. So we're just going to add some color here and there. Yes, please. Summer how do I say that? You know what I mean. There's a sale going on for summer. Check that out. And there was embossing powders. I know they added some stencils. Yesterday, Christopher said, soiree. Thank you. It's hard for me to talk with my appliance in my mouth sometimes, especially words that have S's. This is the sidewalk chalk. We're going to overlap it a little bit, see if we can get a little bit of that orange, but I'm trying to stay more with just the colors like this. Yeah, there is a lot of flooding going around. I saw up in northern Minnesota today some things that were going on, and one of my crafty friend Tara, she had to get her trailer for her camper, her summer camper, removed on Friday because the campground was flooded and the town was flooded. So, but she was safe, just that she had to move it before it got there. So lots of craziness going on. I think we haven't had rain now, knock on wood. Well, knock on wood, since Saturday, which is super nice. And that was so Sunday. It was hot, 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 like you guys have had. And then Sunday, it cooled off. And what were we doing? I took the dog for a walk in the morning because I knew it was going to get warm and we had some stuff going on. So I took the dog for a walk, kind of early. It was like 7 a.m. because I didn't want his little toesies to get hurt. Because, the day before on Saturday, I took him, it was raining really hard. So we went for a ride in the car, which he was super happy about. And then I took him for a walk. We walked a little bit on the road, but it was warm enough that we ran up to the park and we walked through under the trees on the grass. And he thought that was weird because we never do that. So on Sunday, I took him for a quick early walk before everything got hot on his little toesies, and came back, and Tom was mowing the grass. And I mean, it was early, but we needed to get it done. And we had lots of stuff kind of going on. He went down to see his mom, and I was just kind of hanging out with the dog and talking to a neighbor. Well, we got our other screen. Long story short, too late. We got our other screen put on our garage. So we have our front screen that comes down and blocks the front, and then we have our side for the door. And that one works really well for Fletch because he can just walk through the middle. But the big screen one, it's a double garage. So the thing's down the middle, but he doesn't understand. He just bolts right at it and just figures it's going to move for him. So it's pretty funny. I mean, we've showed him a few times. And sometimes he just is like, he could tell he's like, I don't have time for this. So he just walks right through. Gets the Velcro off, and it's kind of funny. So, all right. So we've got that. I think for a little bit of fun and sparkle and to bring that red in here, we're going to do something kind of crazy. I don't know how it's going to work, but we're going to try it. I'm going to go ahead and grab Santa Suit out of my little jar here. Oh, that's pink. I want Santa Suit. I got to put little blotches on top. So this is the Santa Suit. This came out at the Christmas. It does have some shimmer, and I haven't used it, so I got to shake it out. It's funny, Francie. It is funny. And then sometimes he'll sit there and he looks at you like, how do I get back in there with you guys? And then I go and open it for him. Now, I have found for me, one of the things I personally like to do with this when I'm shaking is to put my finger on it and just kind of give it a good shake. Make sure if you're a person that will make a mess, don't do that because it'll fly and you'll have paint everywhere. But for me, that works the best. See, look at that nice big red color. And I just wipe it off and eventually the red goes away. Yeah. Oh no, I laugh at him a lot. So we're going to just very carefully paint in the hearts. And I'm not trying to be super thick with it because I don't want it to bleed too much between. I'm going to put my cheaters back on. You could do this with the embossing glaze. So see, I'm just going to paint it in a little bit. He's been a pretty good boy. He knows things are going on. When I got home yesterday, they sent me home from work yesterday. And I came in the door and he knew right away. He just was sitting there and he jumped and jumped for a couple of minutes and he sat there and waited until then because he just knew Mama needed to see him, give him a hug. And he's just been a good boy all around with everything that's been going on crazy in our life right now. So sorry, I got a little quiet. I'm concentrating. This just came to me, Francie. Oh, and I got some splatters, so we're going to splatter too, which I'm okay with. I'm not going to worry about too much if I get... And I think you'll get the idea, even if it does seep out a little bit underneath, that they're hearts. I mean, I could have grabbed the pink and made sure that just the hearts were pink, you know, and spent time, but that's not fair alive. That's a lot of masking and extra. So I'm making sure I brush it off really well on the edge of the bottle. I'm just kind of painting all the hearts wherever I can see them. Hopefully I don't miss any. They are great companions. I had one growing up. My mom is allergic to dogs. So my little puppy, Coco, had to stay outside. Except one year when she had puppies, we got to let her be in the back kitchen. I remember that vividly. And of course, we have pictures of us as kids letting these little Cocker Spaniel puppies run around the house. I mean, I don't know what breed Daddy was, but that was what breed Mom was. And I loved my little Coco. But I love my little Fletch, too. He's my little baby. He's definitely Mama's baby. He tried to climb up on my lap yesterday morning, and he does not want to be picked up. Like, he will attempt to nip at you if you pick him up. But usually when he tries to climb up on in the seat, the one chair I have, he'll climb up a little bit with both feet, and then he'll put his one foot up and kind of sit there and wait for me to gently put my arm around his butt and pull him up. Well, he got in the wrong direction, so his feet were in over here. So when I was going to pull him up, it would have been like sideways. So it's really crazy. So he finally climbed up on my lap, but oh, thanks, Francie. Yeah, I just saw your comment. I'm sorry, my arm. I'm getting my glasses out of the way. I guess they're just being there. So, okay, so we've got this. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this on for a minute and we're going to splatter it. Well, it's on. And I'm just going to do just some high splatters here and there, just to add a little bit more interest, and it will try to stay pretty much in the design. Add a little bit more. Are you asking other people that, Melissa? I think about things like that all the time when I watch people's lives or videos, to be honest with you. I mean, sometimes I mean, a lot of times the ideas I get are from watching other people. What, you know, I'll watch Christopher's live and be on Tuesday sometimes and be like, that's what I'm doing tomorrow night. All right, look at that. Look at that. It worked. You know, we have one little wonky heart there, but that's not so bad. Look at how fun that is. All right, let's take this off. And I didn't take it off right, so it tore a little bit. I watch crafting videos sometimes during the day when I don't have a lot of else going on, but my crafting videos are used to be my night thing. Right now I'm playing a game, like a matchy, one of those stupid match touch games, but I a lot of times that's what I'll do, is just lay and watch my favorite crafters and kind of why didn't I think of that? But I think some of that is, you know, I'm like, when I don't know what to do, I will, what did I see the other day? Or, you know, I watched a video I'm a subscriber to a specific friend of mine, and she had a video on like her process of finishing backgrounds, and I was like, oh yeah, that's kind of a good idea. Why didn't I think about doing that? I'm not a mass producer. I'm usually a one-offer. So it is not Candy Crush. It's not one of those. It's literally like a pile of stuff, and you have to tap the things like three in a kind to make pairs. I don't know what it's called off the top of my head, and if I look, it'll take our camera away. So I go in spurts. I only allow one game on my phone at a time, and then when I'm done with the game, I delete it and get a new one. But I have a lots of. I have Candy Crush on my tablet. I haven't played it in a long time. All right, we've got hearts on this side, so I'm going to try to keep those hearts, and we're going to cut this one off on this side, but it looks like this is a little bit wonky. There we go. Okay, so I've got the sides cut down. And then I think we're going to cut down a little bit more because this is the heart side that was kind of weirdo. There, we cut that off and don't look quite so weirdo. All right, we've got this. So this is as far as I've gotten so far, guys. We've got our little hand here. I feel like this is kind of a busy background, so I'm not exactly sure what we want to do with that, but we might leave it. I might add something else, but actually we're going to turn it sideways because I want the hearts. I've got this and we've got this, and it says, you rock my world. I'm thinking I need a white band across. That's what I think I want to do. And I'm just going to grab, I have no idea what cardstock this is. This is just leftover cardstock from something. I think that is exactly, we're going to just kind of put that in there. I think that kind of helps tie that down. We've got this, we've got that. And now we need a scent. Oh, one more thing I want to do. Ellen, I play no games with music on. I turn the music on. I don't mind. I like the sounds, like the sounds, but I don't like the music. So I turn it all down. One more thing I want to do. We're going to add one more little element to this. We are going to do a little heat embossing. So this might turn out a little crazy, but I grabbed the Encore stamp. If you have the sheet music from last year, from the merrymaking, or I mean, from the flourishing, I can't think, the Christmas set, the one that came with St. Nicholas, the flourishing holiday, I think, you could use that as well. But this is the Encore set. This came with the birthday box, and we are going to add some music notes because I think that we just have to. And we're going to add them with sparkle too. Thank you, Ellen. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't have it. So here, I got an idea for you guys. I have a feeling the King remote control would fit in here. So I would love to see someone make the card with the remote control from Remote King. I don't have it right now, so I can't do it, but I think that would be a fun card. So we're just going to do some random stamping with this. And I'm going to use fairy dust embossing powder. So we'll grab our embossing ink. Let's find our fairy dust. Make sure we're plugged in over here. Because I don't really care if we see it. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. We're not going to. We're going to stamp it with one of our inks here. So it's just a hint. Maybe the cookie dough. We'll stamp it with the cookie dough. Okay. I think that it would, and I think that when I saw this together, I thought that would make a fun card. It's just one that I don't have yet. So, and I'm trying to be good. I've got, a new release is coming out very soon, which is super exciting. I know everyone that has, I know the design team is super excited about it. And that's all I'm going to say. Actually, Francie, that's what I was going to use tonight. We'll see. We'll use that too. We'll use that on something else. Okay. I don't want to use that. I don't want that to be so out in your face tonight. But I'm trying to be a good girl, so I'm ready for next month. And then, of course, create your own ending. And I got to have some stuff. Melissa, that's enough. I got to have some stuff to buy when I'm at create your own ending, right? So Jess has something to ship back to me. It is a very pretty. The only thing I've done with it is swatch with it so far. I have not had enough time in the day to work with everything, especially since I bought some of the Pride release, and it's just enough stuff. I haven't used the die of the month yet. I mean, I got to get busy. I've been creating cards, but I just haven't had enough time and all of the time to do it all. So, all right. So we've got that on here. Good girl. All right, we're gonna heat set this. I don't know if I did Francie or not. I will check it out after this. I haven't been on Instagram lately. I think I think that's I think we got to add one more of these so that we have three because numbers of three. I will check it out as soon as we're done because I don't know for sure if I have. Let's see here. I think I'm gonna do it right down smack down the center. I think that's good enough for me. That's gonna be perfect. All right, let's get this in here. As I said, I don't quite remember, but it is a very pretty color, this Roy G. Biv. I spent some time last Friday. I had a little bit of slow time, and I went through and was kind of making notes for myself with a little list with like all the embossing powders and the BRU codes and like kind of writing down what color they are. Because I know the other day during the live, somebody was asking one of the colors, and I was like, I think it's this one because I just looked through my notes, but I didn't have my notes in front of me, and it wasn't listed on the website. So, all right. So we've got those musical notes. If you wanted to and put more in the musical notes than that, there are the musical notes in the electronic stamp set. And I'm going to be honest with you, I cut mine apart. I did surgery on mine. I'll show you. They're great if you don't, but I cut mine apart because I wanted to use them by themselves. So I want to tell you, it's not scary. Don't trim them. Leave the spots there because you can always put them all back together and they can be one stamp again. But I have learned that from Jennifer McGuire that don't be afraid to cut your stamps, and I am not anymore. Okay. All right, we've got this. We need a card base. I'm thinking we should do some lunch bag to tie in with the I'm I'm a rebel. Yes, I am. I have started doing that more and more with some of my stamps. But I really just want this. I don't want to mask it off. I don't want to do that. I'm not super afraid because like I said, usually you can put them right back together, especially now that we have a stamping platform, and then I have a plastic grid piece or plastic piece like acetate that I can just put down and Francie, I don't know if I did that. I will do that. I will send you a link, okay? I think I forgot. One of my crazinesses that I forgot that I just did it. All right, so I got that on some lunch bag cardstock. And then we're going to get our hand, and oh, we can't finish without our fingernails. So I cut them out, and of course, I only got 3 of them because they're stuck in my die cutting machine, and I wasn't going to dig them out. I didn't have time before the live. I didn't get home until almost 6 o'clock. And by the time dinner was ready tonight, I did not have a lot of extra time. I tried to do a little prep. So I did play with this a little while ago and used some colors. But what I'm going to do is we're going to have some fun. What color fingernails? I don't want to do red. I'm thinking, you know what we'll do? Let's do Roy G. Biv. It's going to be a very, very, very small amount. We're not really going to see it, but let's go for it, okay? So I'm just going to take some embossing ink, and I'm just going to put it on here. Hot pink. Well, I'm going to go with the Roy G. Biv. I think that'll be fun. Where is my piece of paper? Oh, I can't use that. I can't use that. Okay. We're going to use the Roy G. Biv. I think that might be kind of fun. And I haven't used it yet, so. But what I'm going to do, we're going to heat emboss this real quick. Try to heat emboss. I'm going to heat emboss off camera quick because I don't want it to scatter onto my computer. And the reason I'm going to do that is that I'm actually going to go over it while it's still hot one more time. Okay? And then we're going to heat emboss that. Ellen, I don't think I'm following you on Instagram. I will look you up on Instagram when we are done. I started following some book reels and then a few DIY food things. And so most of my crab making went away on my Instagram. So I've been trying to follow and comment on the algorithm so I get more card making back on my Instagram. All right. So that is 2 thicknesses of our Roy G. Biv. It's funny because I've been talking to a couple people about this, and they're like, what is Roy G. Biv? And I said, that's the American version of the rainbow colors. And they're like, what do you mean the American version? I said, well, I went to Junkie Fest. I learned that there's an English version. And it's Richard of York gave blood in vain. That is what they say well, that's what my crafty friends told me they say in England or in the UK. So, all right, we got our little. I'm super excited for those of you who got the Scout. I will eventually be getting the Scout once my little plates die, but I just purchased like 4 plates not too long ago because I wanted, when I needed one, I thought I might as well order a few so that I don't have to order them for a while. Ellen, I have been actually kind of bad a little bit too. Lori 431968. I don't know, Francie. I don't quite understand. Why did somebody post something and I missed it? Did we have a bot? Or did somebody friend you on there and you were like, oh, who is this? Okay, so these are little pieces, guys. You can see them. And before I lose this, I want to get this put away. Because with my luck, I will lose the little piece and then I will never have fingernails again. Oh, I don't know who she is. I'll have to look. The name doesn't ring a bell to me. I'm going to write that down and I will look after we're live, okay? It might be a friend of mine, but it doesn't ring a bell. I'll find out. Maybe I accidentally followed her. I mean, I follow a few, like I said, real people, like people that do book reels now, and people who do some DIY stuff, but I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. All right, I got my cheaters on again, you guys. We only need one fingernail, one thumbnail. So, and when I put this together the other day, I actually kind of put one on backwards. So I used the photo to help me look at it to make sure. So the curved section, there, it's hard to see, but this side is flat and this side is more curved. The curved section goes in. So this goes with the other hand. So we need this one. It's going to look like she's got black fingernails, but we all know that it's the rainbow fingernails. Okay, little pokey tool. I'm keeping it off, so Francie, so it doesn't hit you. Not liking me. Not liking me. Come on, little poke. There we go. There we go. Okay, and then I got the glue on this one, and then it's the same thing, the little, I think it's this one. This one's not going to matter because we're really not going to see it. But those little tiny details make a big difference with the hand, in my opinion. I tried to be gentle tonight. Alrighty, so now we've got our hand. And oh, and I just wrote on my scrap, so we're gonna find another scrap piece. All right, we'll make this one shorter, smaller though. I'll cut it down. So we've got this, we've got our little piece of thing in here, and then we need a sentiment. Yeah, I got her tonight. I didn't pre-warn her. I'm not sure I want to use, I'm not going to use any of these. I just want a romantic-y set. So let's look and see what I got here. Pulling down my Brutus Monroe file. This is usually stuff that's in stock. And let's see what we got. Let's see what we got here. No, this one says Be My Valentine. That's not going to work. That one just says love. Sorry, guys. I should have got this out ahead of time, but I didn't think about my sentiment right away. Hello, smile name. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to get through this here. We're going to grab something here. Hang in there. Hello, friend. You're the best, sending sunshine. Thank you for being a friend. I'm just going to use this one. Well, you can case it all you want, Francie. I'm going to use I love you. Because I feel like we need lots more I love yous in this world. Lots more. And I think because I chose this sentiment, I can just grab one of these tiny thin pieces and we can stamp on that. Let's put those fingernails away. Okay. I mean, look, my desk is a disaster, you guys. Look at this mess. It's been a disaster, though, because I've been crafting up a storm. Like right now, I just have stamps thrown everywhere. I know. That would be a good one. And had I thought in my head, I might have typed something on the computer and printed it off. I'm going to stamp it over here, and then we'll just figure out where we're going to put it on there. I'm going to stamp it way over here. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp it again in the cookie dough. It's going to be very light, but we'll stamp it a couple times just because I think that's fun to kind of keep that same color throughout. And You Rock My World might have to come about. Might have to mention that when I bring up a couple other things I'm going to do. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to stick this down. I think I'm going to kind of stick it down here. I want it to kind of overlap a little bit. We're going to pull it over here and we're going to go ahead and lay that down. Okay. They do, Michelle. I'm a I'm a very nice person and I give everyone the benefit of a doubt. There's only like 2 people in this world I don't like. And one I think isn't even alive anymore. I think she passed away and she was very mean a few times and it was just to be honest with you. I would be nice to her, but it's just one of those people that I just didn't have a lot of nice things to say to anybody. So I didn't have a lot of time for her. But oh, thank you. So, but there's just enough in this world that to me, I feel like the world's too short. Life's too short. Be nice. Eat the cake. Eat the ice cream. Show the love. All right, guys, this is where I think we're going to have some fun. We're going to pop this guy up. Okay. So let's grab some more fun foam tape here. This is the foam strips. I'm just going to cut some down. And I don't think we're going to make it to a second card today, guys. I'm sorry about that. This went longer. This card took longer than I thought it was going to be, but that's a good thing. Didn't want it to be too short. All right. And then cut off just a few small pieces here. And let's see. We need one on the thumb. And of course, we got to add some crystals. All right, we're going to snip this off like that so you can't see it. And we're going to get it going. Yep, buy the craft. Exactly, Christy. Buy the craft supplies. I will tell you that I'm being a little more frugal these days with craft supplies. And it's not because, like, I'm not as in not buying cheap things or anything, as in being more selective. I love what I have and I still buy, but I'm definitely being a little more because, or let's say, for example, here's a good example. We had our dragon set come out with the storybook release. So I went through my stash and I got rid of a different stamp that was dragons because I don't need 2 dragons stamp sets and the storybook ones are adorable. So I'm trying to be that. Thank you. So I pushed that down a little bit, but we're going to try to be careful because I don't want it down too far and we don't want to bend the finger because we got to get that little tape deck in there, but we got to be able to read what that says. So we're only going to see the one, but I think this is fun. It's very different and fun. A mood ring. Oh, give her a ring. Oh, I don't know if I'm crafty enough at this point of my night to do a ring of some sort. Let me think about that. Let's see. Got to come with something very thin. And of course I can't draw a straight line. What if I give her a ring right on her thumb? What do you guys think about that? Because it's going to be weird up here because it can't really go around her fingers. How about if we put one right here? What do you think? We can put it on there. I can kind of make it work. How about if we do, I don't know what we'll do. We'll do. I don't want to use this because I'm going to use that up. I need another piece of scratch paper. This will work. We're going to not heat emboss. Let's grab our oh, thanks, Susan. No problem. We're going to just kind of finish up. Do a bracelet. We can do a bracelet. Okay, let's do it. I know, Shirley. We'll do a ring and a bracelet. We'll do a bracelet with the gems. So we're just going to paint this. And while it dries, we'll put our, it flipped over. So we're going to paint both sides. Because I'm not going to put a gem on it. We're just going to make it a gold ring. Okay. All right. Now let's get out some gems. Thank you. Thank you. We'll get some gems out. Francie's got her goggles on. Okay. We're going to use I think these are the right ones. The red shift, because of red, we're going to tie in some more red. And I'll pour a bunch of these out because I haven't used a lot of the red shift. I'm going to stick this up here. Ooh, that's got embossing ink on it, embossing powder on it. I don't want it on my computer. All right, you're ready this time? You're ready this time. All right. I'm going to start. We're going to try to put it in. I'm going to try to be a little fancy, you guys. I'm going to put a few, we're going to try to kind of make it curb. I'm just going to do like a line. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Okay. All right. Let's see how this works. One. We could do multicolors, but tonight we're just going to do red. I'm concentrating, so I don't see if you guys are saying anything. I apologize. So I did do one of these. I don't know. I think the design team saw it. I'll show you. There is another option you can do if you didn't want to do this. The design team did see it. All right, we're going to leave it that. And then we're going to put that gold ring on our finger. But what I'm going to do first is very carefully take this cloth and I'm just going to, without moving, I'm just tapping it down and that will take up some of that extra glue. So there we go. Kind of got a bracelet. Move it over just a little bit. There we go. Make sure they're kind of in line with each other. And I have the card I made right here that the design team has seen that I haven't shared yet. But I wanted to say that I grabbed the swatch. I do. Oh, thank you. I grabbed the swatch and I colored it and I bent it over. So that is another option you can do as well. Okay. So, but the bracelet was fun, a good idea. And it should have one more gem on it, but because that would make odd colors, odd numbers, but we'll just make that work. All right, let's put that gem away quick before I lose it. Oh, you know what? I didn't know what to call it tonight when I said tape. When I said got tape, I just thought I was trying to be fun because I know Christopher always has these fun names. And I was like, I don't know what I'm doing tonight except putting the tape deck in this girl's hand. That's the only thing I knew. All right, let's get this gold piece here. What we're going to do is we're going to just kind of bend it over a little bit. And see if I can get it to stick on there. Yep, we can do it with the tweezers. All right. Gonna watch out, Francie. I'm coming again. Gold paper would be really fun with this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put a little bit of glue underneath very carefully. And I'm going to grab my tweezers and we're going to bend it over underneath. Okay, because I'm live, it's a little nerve-wracking, guys. Sorry. And I've got, I think, foam tapes in the way there. There's a little foam tape in the way. Oh, the gold is coming off because it's not all dry. Well, I will fix that. Okay. Note to self, make sure your gold is dry before you do this. Okay. All right, we got the top. Got the bottom. Now let's get a little more gold on there and we're going to let it dry. Okay. Very steady hand, right? There we go. Perfect. What do you think, guys? Thanks, Crafts and Bargains. You probably need to put a pencil on the inside just in case. Oh, is it because of the pencil? Haha, Ellen, with the, to twist it? Yeah, exactly. If that's what you're talking about, otherwise I'm not there yet. But all right, guys. Well, this is my card for tonight. I think that's as close as we're gonna get. If if we're not gonna get anything else done tonight, but I wanted you to see, you can see a little bit of the shimmer from the fairy dust. Thank you. I want to move so I can see. I got a pop-up that popped up here. And added lots of, we got the shimmer from the Santa suit, shimmer splash, and we got the glitter, and it just kind of, I guess one of the things I've been trying to do more lately is think of outside the box of how we can use our stuff besides just the normal way. So thank you, you guys. I'm going to call it a good night, and hopefully be able to be back with you guys next week before the 4th of July. And I think it's July, so we'll be able to maybe play with some new stuff. We'll see. I don't know if mine will be here before that. Mine might not get here till after the 4th, but we will have something fun, and enjoy the rest of your week, you guys. Okay, don't forget to check out the summer soiree special. All right, have a good night, you guys.